Hello and welcome to Technocare Industries SAP Geek. This is Anurag and today we'll be seeing Union Budget changes for financial year 2021 in India payroll. Primarily in this video we'll be focusing on the changes that are released in the Union Budget rather than the specifics of SAP because these changes as a consultant we should understand first and only then we'll be able to see how we can do it in SAP. So yes, in SAP also we'll be seeing what all changes SAP has done, and from a master data point of view what all changes users has to do in order to incorporate all the statutory changes released as per budget 2021. So we'll be seeing tax calculation options that income tax department has released. What are the changes to section 16? So what rule has changed for pre-tax deductions, for standard deduction? What are the changes for section 10 exemptions? What are the changes for chapter 6 and section 80 ATC? Dividend tax. So what new rule has been introduced for dividend tax and for capping of maximum employer contribution. All these changes we'll be seeing in detail one by one. First we'll just discuss the changes and then we'll move on to SAP screens. So let us see all the changes one by one. The first and the very important and the highlight of the union budget changes that income tax department has released is the option for employee to select a tax regime. So he can either opt for new tax method or old tax method. So if at all employee opts for this old tax method, so all the tax slabs remain same which were present in Union Budget 1920. So these two opting between these two options is the very important step that employee must perform at the start of every financial year coming forward in order to set the taxation method for him for the entire year. Okay, so let us compare the both the methods. So when I say old tax method, I'm not talking about Union Budget changes 1920, but I'm talking about the Union Budget changes of 2021 in if employee is opting old tax method. Okay, so there are two options we'll be seeing side by side and what is the solution that is given by SAP. So in the old tax method, there were a lot of exemptions, around 100 plus exemptions under section 10 and deductions which are available, which are not available in new tax method. Also, the very important thing that to highlight is the rebate under section 87A is same. So whether employee opts for old tax method or new tax method, if at all his salary is coming in this bracket, that is less than 5 lakhs, then the rebate under section 87, which is 12,500, is still applicable for employees and entire tax will be waived off. So this is applicable for both the tax methods. So what is different? So if these things are same, what is different? So the slabs which were present in 1920 or till date, they were different based on the category of employees. So for women, men and transgender employees, the tax slabs were like this. So for senior citizens it was like this, and for very senior citizens it started from 5 lakhs and onwards. So so this is resolved. So for whoever employee, whatever employee, whatever category of employee, if he is opting for new tax method, there will be only one slab rate for all, which is this. So if you can see, the tax slabs are subsidized, so the percentage is less. So less percentage or the subsidized tax rates, slab rates are applicable in new taxation method. So from 20 till 5 lakhs, it is 5%, so which is pretty much the same for normal category employees as well as for senior citizens. Okay, but after that, it was 20% and 30% directly from 5 to 10 and 10 and onwards. So that has changed. So from 5 to 7.5 it is 10%, from 7.5 to 10 it is 15, and so on and so forth till greater than 15 lakhs. So these are the slab rates that have changed for new tax method. Now, how about what SAP has done for capturing this? We need some place wherein we need to capture the information what employee has actually opted for that particular financial year. So, if you can see, you can focus in this particular section. SAP has introduced a new subtype 8 in InfoType 588 for capturing tax method selected by employee. So this option cannot be changed once payroll is processed for a particular month. For example, if employee has opted new tax method in the month of April and payroll is processed for April, salary is disbursed, and now in the month of May he want to change our taxation method, but he cannot change taxation method effective April. Now this doesn't mean that entire year's calculation will not happen based on the change tax method. It will happen based on the change tax method only. But the maintenance of this info type will not be allowed in the retro period. So the third point is yes, it is mandatory for employee to select this option at the beginning of the financial year. Employee can change this option, so he can switch from old tax method to new tax method, see for a couple of months whether it is correct or it is fitting his requirements, or he can switch back to old tax method. These changes to and fro, it can be done multiple times in a financial year. But whatever method is selected for the March, that is the last month of the financial year, that will be considered as final for entire year. So the calculation for entire year will happen based on the taxation method selected in March. So all Form 16 and everything, all tax calculations will be based on the final tax method or tax regime selected in March. In employee self-services, there will be a option for employee to select new tax or old tax method. So in standard IT declaration application itself, new drop down will be coming in so that employee can opt in for either of the methods, and then it can come and sit in InfoTech 588. So apart from this ESS options, there is also a utility program which is delivered by SAP for uploading this tax method into 588 in bulk. So this is the transaction code PC00M40TXMT, which can be used for uploading the tax option opted by employee in bulk in 588. So this is for majorly for customers who are not using ESS module. Okay. Also, now let us move on to the other changes that are released. So the second change is changes for section 16, 24 and chapter 6. So what are changes are there? So professional tax, as we knew in the old tax method, professional tax deduction is available, which means that the 2500 rupees that employees deducted, that was earlier reduced from the taxable total taxable income under section 16. So that is available in old tax method, but in new tax method it will not be available. So in on similarly, the standard deduction for 50,000 rupees, which is applicable for all employees irrespective of their category and slab, so that will be available with the old tax method, but in the new tax method it won't be available. The interest on housing loan, that is uh, under section 24, which employees give for having deduction so that their taxable income is reduced. So that won't be available in new tax method, but will still be available in old tax method. So the loss on house property, sorry, under section 24, which simply means that your rent minus your interest, or the 30% of the whole uh, hmm, final lettable value. So that is what is normally deducted under section 24 for uh, getting tax benefit. So that will also be not available in the new tax method. So what about section 10? We spoke about section 16 and 24. Section 16 and 24 are completely removed from new tax method, but are still available for old tax method if employee opts so. So what about section 10? So in section 10, as we know, there are many exemptions, around 100 plus exemptions are available as per Income Tax Act for section 10. So uh, all the exemptions are continued for old tax method if employee is opting for old tax method. However, if employee is checking for new tax method or opting for new tax method, very limited options are available. So if I give example HRALT, children education, these are the common exemption that employee takes under section 10. All these are removed. So very less which are like separation benefits like gratuity, leave encashment at the time of separation. All these things are left. Only these separation benefits are left. So coming to the deduction under chapter 6 and section 80. So only NPS contribution by employer is eligible for deduction for under a new tax method. So all other exemptions that employee used to do in 585, 586, 584, 581, all these info types we were using for income tax declaration, and all these things will not be considered in the new tax method. The only exception is limited number of under section 10, some separation benefits exemptions, and also the NPS contributed by employer. Again, now moving on to the solution given by SAP is, if the new tax method is selected, payroll will not consider section 16 deductions for calculations. Section 24 also it will not consider. However, the income will be taxed. For example, if you are receiving, let's say, 2 lakh rupees for a wholly let out property, and you are declaring that to your employer, then what system will do is the 2 lakh minus 30,000, 30% of 2 lakh, that is 60,000. So that difference amount will be added in your income from other sources. So that income will be the difference between rent and interest will be added to your income from other sources. However, the losses will not be considered for deduction. For example, any losses in house property or any interest on the housing loan that you have taken, so that would not be considered for exemption. Also, SAP has given a new configuration for removing all the customer specific as well as standard exemptions from section 10 from new tax method. So this is the table V underscore T7IN Q1 in which we need to configure all such wage types. So these wage types can be standard or custom. So whatever wage types are accumulating into slash 130 slash 132 slash 133, for all those wage types we have to do configuration in T7IN Q1 for removing them from section 10. So only when new tax method is opted. So this configuration will not be this configuration will not be referred if the employee is in old tax method again. So that rule remains same. So while maintaining this, SAP has given specific guidelines that you have to take opinion from the customer as well as their legal tax department to prepare a list of which exemptions has to be removed and which exemptions has to be kept for the new tax method. So we need to follow their guidelines. And yes, last point which was mentioned over here is only NPS contribution. So only section 80 double CD2 are kept or will be available in the new tax method. Rest all will be eliminated. So all these changes actually they are calculating in SAP. Not much changes are there, but all these calculations takes place. But before the standard INTAX function, they have included one INEXD. So this function, what it does is it takes all the exemptions and it removes it from the system, so that when income tax calculation take place, all these exemptions are not available. Based on the tax method chosen by an employee, it will either be calculated or not calculated. So moving on to dividend and maximum employer contributions. So what rule has changed for dividend tax? So earlier whatever dividend was earned by employee and reported in SAP as income from other sources. So it was maintained in info type 584 subtype 2, and tax were getting calculated at normal employee slab rate. So what has changed? So still the maintenance part has not changed. It will still be captured in 584 subtype 2 only, but it is not like it will be taxed as a normal rate or slab rate of employee. to the calculation, the rule has changed, saying that over 5k, that is, if the dividend earned for the entire financial year is more than 5,000 rupees, the dividend will be credited, but the tax that would be deducted would be 10%. So this rule this is a new introduction. This new rule is applicable only for new tax method and not for old tax method. So changes for this in SAP will be released by June 2020. Okay, so right now the changes are not yet delivered, but yes, the delivery will be done by June 2020. Also, let us see what changes are present for maximum employer contribution. So in earlier in Union Budget 1920, there was no capping as to how much employer can contribute. So in Union Budget 2021 also there is no capping. However, they have changed the behavior of the employer contribution in the sense that if the total of employer contribution exceeds 7.5 lakhs per annum, whatever excess is being contributed by the employer has to be added in the perk, annual perk for employee. So whatever employer contribution like PF, NPS, superannuation, or any other customer specific employer contribution, if at all it is being done for employee. So if the limit is crossed, the 7.5 lakh limit is crossed, then the addition amount has to be added into perk and it will be taxed to employee. So for both these changes, the dividend tax as well as the maximum employer contribution 7.5 limit, both these changes are not yet provided by SAP. They will be delivered by June 2020. But yes, these are the changes which are released by Income Tax Department, and we'll be seeing soon these implemented by all the systems. So we have discussed these changes that Income Tax Department has released. Now let us move on to SAP screen and check what all master data we have to maintain and where what configuration steps we have to perform after upgrade or manual implementation of S notes for Union Budget. So from the end user's perspective, all they have to do is maintain info type 588 subtype 8. So this is a new info type which is released by SAP for maintaining or capturing the data of option which employee has chosen for this tax calculation method. So only one drop down is there, old or new. So when ESS employee will opt for this option, and it will be flown into SAP, and this info type will be maintained. So if that option, if employee does not opt, so employers can also from backend in S4 or R3 system, they can use the utility upload program for updating this info type. So SAP has mentioned that it is mandatory for all employees that this info type is maintained before April payroll run is executed. Okay, let us see the config, one of the config that is released for section 10 T7INQ1. Yes, so this is the table in which we have to configure set T7INQ. Okay, so this is the table in which we have to configure all the section 10 exemptions which are not applicable in the new tax regime. Please listen carefully. We have to maintain tax exemptions and the wage types corresponding to tax exemptions which are not applicable for new tax regime. So if you maintain it here, exemption will be removed from employee. Okay, so we have to discuss with users first. Our core team members get a legal opinion from the tax department as well of the customer and come here and just maintain the wage types. So now these are all the standard wage types, but also you might also have any customer specific wage types or customer specific section 10 exemptions configured in system. So such wage types should also be a part of this configuration. The next change that has happened is at a schema level. So let us quickly see Indian payroll schema. Inside Indian payroll schema, we have gross to net schema. Okay, INN1. If we go to INN1 and just check INTAX. Yes, so before INTAX, you can see new function is added, which is compute chapter 6 deduction and section 10 exemption. Now this INEXD, this is responsible for removing all the exemptions from system which are not applicable for employee, only if employee is opting for new tax regime. Okay, so it also says that whatever logic is there before this INEXD function from the beginning, all those calculations would happen in system. The only thing is, after all those calculations are happening, the wage types will be removed from the internal table, the result table, and the calculations part also by this function before IN tax. And also some corrections have also come in IN tax function, which are regarding to standard deduction. So removing all those /4 series wage types responsible for standard deduction, professional tax deduction. So basically section 16 and your section 24. So all those changes are also there in INTAX, and in addition to that, INEXD function is released, which removes all the exemptions based on the configuration maintained in this table. So that was it for today's video for Union Budget Changes Financial Year 2021.